Hello, welcome to myairgunreviews.com. My name is Kenny and I have set up this website and dedicated it to the review of affordable air guns. We will review air rifles, air pistols, pellet and BB. We'll let you know how much fun you're going to get for your money or how much grief. We will also review some accessories, some upgrades and fixes. We'll let you know if your money is well spent or wasted on these things. So let's get started with our next review. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to do a brief review of the Beeman Grizzly X2 dual caliber air rifle. Comes with both a .22 caliber barrel and a .177 caliber barrel. It's claimed at 1,000 feet per second with 177 caliber and 800 feet per second with 22 caliber. It comes with fixed sights and a 4x32 Beeman scope. So let's open the box. So as you can see, it comes fairly well packaged. Has a fairly nice colored stock, no checkering or anything, just a Beeman label on it. It comes with the 4x32 scope, two barrels, .177 barrel is already attached, some lower profile scope rings, and a tool package that has two Allen wrenches, a spare set screw for the barrel, and a spare breech seal. Okay, now both barrels have a true glow front sight shrouded. This is the 22 caliber barrel, and it has fully adjustable rear sight, which is pretty nice. It has a scope stop, but it comes with some pretty light duty scope rings. The rifle does have a fair amount of kick, so you would want to invest in some sturdier scope rings. The scope is not bad for a 4x32. It actually zooms in quite nice in 10 yards. Okay, it's got a fairly nice European hardwood stock. It has caps over the screws that retain the barrel to the stock. Pretty nice finish. I really like the finish on it. It's a fairly comfortable stock. You know, it's not the greatest. It's got a nice soft rubber butt pad. I like that. The trigger is just so-so. It doesn't pull that hard, but you really can't feel that second stage. Oh, I forgot to mention, this gun has an automatic safety. Every time you cock it, the safety engages and you just press forward on the safety to release. So you find them online anywhere from $149 to $299. A very wide price range on them. But Mills Fleet Farm has a regular price of $129.99, and they had this one on sale for $99.99, so I grabbed it. But this rifle pretty much failed. When I started to shoot it out of the box, everything was going supersonic, so I put it across the Chrony, and 7 grain lead pellets were flying over 1,400 feet per second. So I tried alloy and they were going over 1,600 feet per second, which was blowing my mind. And so I actually took out my Ruger Airhawk Elite and shot it over the Chrony to make sure the Chrony was working, and I got 890 feet per second, so there was nothing wrong with the chronograph. Okay, I switched barrels and put the 22 caliber barrel on it, and it did not take long, and as you can see, it blew out the breech seal. and I did replace the breech seal, and the feet per second continued to fall and continued to fall and continued to fall, even with the new breech seal in it. And it has the most erratic feet per second that I've seen. I was getting an extreme spread of 340 some feet per second with the .177 caliber, and extreme spread of over 240 feet per second using the 22 caliber barrel. So we'll run a few across the Chrony again so you can see what it looks like after it's had about 50 shots run through it. Okay, 5 shots, low of 752.7, high of 762.6, average 757.8. So it made a liar out of me. It settled down after sitting overnight. It's actually pretty consistent. I'm going to run 5 more across and see if it still does the same. We're going to run 5 shots across it using Crossman Premier 14.3 grain. Okay, 5 shots with 14.3 grain. Low of 686.5, a high of 693.4, average of 689.7. Extreme spread of 6.84, standard deviation 2.82. So apparently putting some chamber lube into it and letting it sit overnight has settled it down. It's now actually shooting quite stable. Okay, you can see there is the set screw for your barrel. You just turn that out with the included Allen wrench, and there is a marking with an arrow on the barrel, and the same on the receiver. Slide that in so the arrows line up. Put your Allen wrench in. Right, and you're ready to go. Now we'll shoot a few 177s across the Chrony and see what we get. Okay, 5 shots. Low of 1008.8, high of 1018.0, Average of 1014. Extreme spread of 10.69 feet per second. Standard deviation of 4 feet per second. Okay, that was 5 shots shooting Stoeger 5.56 grain alloy pellets. We had a low of 1161, a high of 1171, average of 11.66, extreme spread of 9.56, which that's excellent for alloy ammunition. Normally that's way across, much larger than most guns. Standard deviation of 4 feet per second. Shooting 22s and lead ammunition, we get 98.8 decibels on the digital sound meter. The alloy ammunition in there, and breaking the sound barrier, we got a high reading of 111 decibels, which is quite loud. As long as we've got this the feet per second settled down on this rifle, we're gonna just try some target shooting at 10 yards using the open sight. We'll be shooting Crossman Premier hollow points, 10.9 grain. Well, that's not too bad a shot pattern using open sights at 10 yards. Well, after all the grief this gun gave me yesterday, it's a whole new animal today. As you can see, it shoots pretty decent patterns at 10 yards using the open sight. I'm quite sure it's a whole lot more accurate being scoped, but I have noticed that the breech seal is starting to fray for a second time. Something is scraping on the bottom of the breech, and it's showing wear on the top of the seal. So this gun is going to go through a few breech seals. But all in all, considering I only paid $99.99 plus tax for this gun at Mills Fleet Farm, that sale is only for this week, so I'm quite sure after that it's going to go back to $129.99. And if you must have a 22 caliber and a 177 caliber, this gun could be the ticket. Like I say, expect a few problems when you first get it. Like I said, this thing was just shooting all over the place. As far as velocity, it was shooting way too hard, and then the feet per second fell way off. I cleaned both barrels. I did put some chamber lube into the compression chamber, and I was still getting erratic readings, but sitting overnight with the recently lubed chamber, you saw by the chronograph readings just exactly how much this thing settled down. It's one of the most consistent air rifles I have right now, for what it just did. So if you buy one, be advised you're probably going to have to lube that chamber seal, and you're going to have to break it in. I don't know why it was shooting so hard at first, but it's settled down now. It's averaging about 35 feet per second less than the claimed feet per second shooting the lead pellets. I've seen two claims, one at 830 feet and one at 800 feet. But they claim 1,000 feet per second with lead ammunition using the .177 barrel, and it does achieve that. So it's doing pretty good with the .177 caliber, and it's just a little bit behind the gun at the .22 caliber, but very, very accurate. So, and like I say, it's a very attractive gun. It's got a nice colored wood stock, no checkering or anything. But and the trigger is so-so. It's not as bad as a Crossman, but it's not as good as a Ruger. You know, it's the RS2 trigger. I'm quite sure the RS3 would be a lot better. But you're only paying $100 to $130 for this gun. Or if you go through one of the online sellers, probably $150. But if you can get it from Mills Fleet Farm for $100 to $130, I'd say it's a good buy. I would not pay $150 for the gun though. But that is my review of the Beeman Grizzly X2 Sportsman Series with the RS2 trigger.